And we are live. And happy Halloween to all you sexy fuckers out there. I am joined by Mark's Monsters and Madmen, who seems to be suffering from a case of lycanthropy, and I'm joined by the sexiest demon on the planet, Mr. Deacon. And we are
Welcome.
going to be watching Ghostwatch. Oh yeah. Rub those nips, Deacon.
I only rub them for you because you like my potatoes.
Now if we could just get Trenchy in here, we'd have the female demographic all planned out.
Oh, very true. Trenchy, get your ass in here. And aha, there it is, my copy of Ghostwatch. Getting it ready, my good man.
Hello, Arthur. Thanks a million for joining us. How are we all up now? So, a bit of a history lesson to anyone who hasn't seen this. This is Ghostwatch. This was would you call it a docudrama, Deacon?
I call
We have
it
a Monty G.
I'd call it a docudrama.
No,
Hello, Mr. G. How are we doing?
this is not Monty G. This is the ghost of the miser.
Oh my god, we have the miser.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh my God, we have
What's
a
this?
queenie? We have a queenie?
Well, I got to do things in the middle of this, but I'm here. Yeah. Sorry, I'm
In that case,
multitasking.
I shall put the link in the private chat on StreamYard for everybody.
Plug this.
So,
And don't worry, it is on an legal archive site.
What are we doing? Oh, Ghostwatch. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
so
talking to me the first time.
a bit of a history lesson, as I said before. This was released in 1992. Because this was the age before TiVo, before Sky One. If you missed the introduction to this show and you didn't know what the fuck was going on, you would genuinely think this was an actual fucking investigation. You would think this was an actual BBC show. There was nothing to suggest anywhere between the start and the finish that this show was fictional. There was a call in that people could genuinely call in and claim that they had kind of supernatural or ghost kind of experiences and stuff. And as a result, the BBC got between 30 to 36,000 calls of complaint. One person who was 18 years of age with the mental capacity of a 13-year-old killed themselves, and another woman sent a pair of soiled pants into the BBC because her husband shot in them. That's how effective this show was back then. I'm really interested to see what people think of it. It's going to be an interesting watch. Has anyone seen this before?
Yes.
So
I have.
okay. I got one more spot for someone there.
Does anyone want to join the madness? I can give you the link for the movie. I can even put it in the normal chat so you can watch along because it is on an archive site.
Also,
We'll all go a little mad.
if any of you guys haven't seen it yet, drop over to Queenie's channel. She premiered her Cinebuts video there not more than, I think, 5 minutes
Like a
ago.
couple seconds ago, yeah.
Yeah.
So check that out as well if you want.
Do you want me to put a link in there?
Yeah, drop a link in the chat.
Okay. Thank you.
No bother.
I really like how you and the Dark Fate, the miser and the Dark Fate, like their stories go together.
The dark is a good
Unintentionally.
friend of mine.
But you do look awesome. Very scary and intimidating. I can imagine bumping into you into a dark alleyway and going, holy shitsos!
Oh my.
Well, I appreciate you letting me stay for a bit, but I have other people I have to hunt.
Okay,
I
so
hope your new
Busy
grim
man.
duties go well.
By the way, Marty, this show called Ghostwatch reminds me of an old NBC TV movie called Special Bulletin. It was about these terrorists that decide to hold these people hostage with a nuclear bomb, and everyone thought it was real.
yeah, I think there was another one as well that they done a while back where people thought there was a fucking asteroid going to hit Earth as well, and they actually, because of that other one, they had to put a thing in increments saying that this is actually a fictional broadcast. Come here, so I'm not holding up anyone. Is everyone set to press play?
Yep.
Okay,
Okay,
I will
yeah,
bid you farewell, people. I will come back and haunt everyone else, but anyone else, have a happy and safe Halloween. And remember, horror rules.
okay.
Good day, everyone. And Queenie Beast, I'll
Yeah?
be waiting out for you.
With pizza? I like pizza. You brought me a pizza.
Ooh, we
Bedlam,
have.
the link is in the chat there, dude, if you want to.
Pizza is the king of all foods.
Unless it
Yeah.
has pineapple on it, then you're evil.
Yes, pretty much.
Okay. There's the link. If anyone wants to jump on. Oh. Yeah, so I also I have a full roll of sticky tape around my neck. It was the only way
Why?
to get this fucking collar on. I have a full roll of sticky tape around my neck. It was the only way to get this fucking collar on. I have a full roll of sticky tape around my neck. It was the only way to get this fucking collar on. Beldam, have you multiple windows open, dude?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, there's a bit of a reverb, so just...
Anthro and Ben, there is a special circle in hell for you.
I like fucking pineapple on pizza, dude.
But you're already
Well,
in
I'm
that
panic
you're already in that
pizza.
circle of hell, so
Yeah. All right. Okay, so is everyone ready to press play?
Oi,
Yeah.
oi, Capitan!
Okay, I'm gonna press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Play.
The program you're about to watch is a unique live investigation of the supernatural. It contains material which some viewers may find to be disturbing. No creaking gates, no Gothic towers, no shutter windows. Yet for the past 10 months, this house has been the focus of an astonishing barrage of supernatural activity. This footage,
Ooh,
shot
we've
by
got a
Patrick
random
White,
horror in the chat going, guys,
you're about to
hey
see
guys.
that have earned this house its reputation. Let's see what you think.
There is one more spot if people want to join.
One more. For a note, at the 3:55 a.m. mark is usually when people tuned into the show, so they completely missed the first part.
So yeah, again, this was essentially a War of the Worlds event for the UK. Keep in mind, there's no fucking internet, there's no Sky Plus, there's no rewind. What you saw is what you got.
Unfortunately, at the time, only 6 out of every 10 households had a telephone. effect with a light bulb going boom.
Also, I'm gonna tell people just keep an eye on stuff in the background because there's shit that appears in the background. Oh, my eyes!
Don't walk into the light. The light.
So welcome live this Halloween night to the first ever TV Ghostwatch. That's the scene in Fox Hill Drive in Northolt, our outside
And the last
there's
ever.
a house where it
First
might
and last.
or it might not. We shall see. We're going to investigate one of the most baffling and fascinating areas of human experience, the supernatural. Tonight, television is going ghost hunting in an unprecedented scientific experiment.
I want those skull things at the front of the fireplace.
Proof that ghosts really do exist. I'm joined in the studio by Dr. Liz Pascoe to give her expert technical advice. Throughout the program, I'll be taking other expert opinion about the supernatural from both here and America. You'll be telling us your ghost stories. And as our tale unfolds, we'll be taking your calls about just what you're seeing. Well, let's go to the main location of our program, the house in Fox Hill Drive. Craig Charles, a well-known ghost hunter, is our reporter. Craig, how are you?
And well-known cocaine addict.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm taking the Valium, man. Later on, we're going to
Hey,
be
Charles from Red Dwarf.
tried unsuccessfully to
And
exit
Robot Wars.
the house behind me. One who's there from Elvis, likely. However, with me is Pam Early, the mum of the house. Hello, Pam. And she's going to take us through the whole spine-tingling story. And after that, you can share with us your own supernatural experience on our
See,
very
I can't see him as anything but Lister.
Thanks, Craig. We'll come back to
He ends up calling fucking Parkinson's Smeghead.
your part here this evening because this is the
Hey,
phone.
Parkinson, you smegger.
You can now see our Ghostwatch team are here, ready to take your calls. We particularly want to hear from you if you've had any personal experiences of ghosts or the supernatural. Call us now.
As a matter of fact, of course, Mike Smith has a very particular reason for keeping a beady eye on the proceedings tonight. Michael.
Well, so would you if your wife had just told you she was going to spend the best part of a night in the most haunted house in Britain.
Of course, we're talking about Sarah Green. And Sarah is our reporter who'll be spending the night actually inside our haunted house. She's very keen to do it, I understand, Mike.
Oh, yeah, jumped at the chance. Actually, so did I, because we've both been interested in ghosts and that weird sort of stuff. And to be honest, I could never have sat at home tonight on my own and watched this program. I'm safer here.
All right, Mike, thanks a lot. Now, confrontations, of course, with the supernatural can be devastatingly real. Let's find out what effect they've had on Mrs. Early and her family.
So, how destructive has the haunting actually been?
Kept on blaming us and breaking stuff. We weren't doing anything.
Lost track, really. I had plates, teapots, cups, a broken tap. We got this thick mark, disgusting from the tap. Stains got on clothes from nowhere, out of thin air.
And then said we're eating food.
The man came and well, he couldn't understand it. He said it was impossible. Everybody said it was impossible. I said, great, you come and live with impossible. So many things have happened. You start thinking, I don't know, maybe you've done something wrong. It's wrecked my house, my home, my family.
Over to you, Michael.
Dr. Lynn Pascoe, it's a disturbing interview, that, isn't it? You investigated the Northolt poltergeist for 8 months, wasn't it? What can be done for people like Mrs. Early, who, according to the evidence on that film, I mean, clearly she's shattered?
Well, the first thing we can all do for a start is believe them.
Well, it's not always that easy, is it?
Yes, but you can see, it's obvious these people are desperate for help. It makes me so angry when you still get people out there denying that these things even happen.
All right, Dr. Pascoe, for the moment, thank you very much indeed. Lynn Pascoe will be giving her expert commentary right throughout the program. And by the way, for those night owls amongst you, will be here with updates roughly every hour right through the night. Well, now it's high time we met our intrepid ghost watcher, Sarah Green. First hospital watch, Sarah, now ghost watch. Bit different,
Well, I suppose the truth is I love a mystery, and who knows, we may get to the bottom of this one. Actually, my own experience with things ghostly, albeit very brief, was so intriguing, I thought I might get the chance to learn a bit more tonight.
Well, perhaps we might get a chance to hear more of your story later on.
Yeah, if we get an opportunity, I'd love to. Actually, Smithy was there when I had my encounter with what I think was a ghost, but he wasn't quite as struck as me, though,
Well, no. Well, yes. I mean, I think this is the right environment to study these things.
Yeah, that's why I get sent out here to the front line, and you stay all cosy and safe and sound in the studio, isn't it? Well, good luck, and I'll see you later. Now,
See, if this was a horror movie, she'd be
I'd like to introduce you
dead.
to Alan Demescu. He is an electronics engineer and a member of the Society for Psychical Research. Now, Alan,
Queenie, what are you eating? Is it pizza?
here with us.
Hell yeah, I'm eating pizza right now. You want to see my pizza?
What are you eating with
I
it?
can show you that real quick.
We're concentrating on what we call spontaneous cases.
What are they exactly?
Pizza!
Pizza, pizza, pizza,
That
pizza,
pizza
pizza,
werewolf.
pizza. I want pizza. I want pizza.
Well, you can't have it. It's mine.
TV. Right on
No, you got none.
Now,
Come to pizza, my heartless bitch.
but what are you exactly?
Well,
I'll have a pizza later.
Video camera.
There you go. Get your
Pizza
own
party. Pizza party for everyone.
That's right. Pizza party for everyone. Ooh, curry. Oh, that's good. That's better than pizza.
So, piece of a pizza party.
And atmospheric condition and temperature are logged on screen by sensors. Those are like the little burglar alarms with the red lights, except they're triggered by cold instead of heat. Intense cold spots are a secondary phenomenon. We also want to detect low and high frequencies.
Does that explain why you're always a bit colder in the bathroom because ghosts gather around there to watch it?
Well, we hope you get lots of breakfast there.
They're watching me take a slash, Deacon. That's
Outside,
happening.
where I'm going to be able to introduce you to
Well, I feel sorry for them. They're going to be crying all the time.
very important people who are at the front line of this vigil, as psychical researchers call it. Now, the first person is actually standing right behind the camera, and if he hands it over to me, you'll notice two things. First of all, that his hand is a lot steadier than mine, and secondly, that he bears a remarkable resemblance to Mike Gutting. Yes, you do.
He looks more like Jason
Stella.
Blum.
Chris, does this camera differ in any way?
I don't know why, but he looks like the Happy Town Killer.
Well, it's a normal lightweight mobile camera, but in this case it's been adapted so we can use infrared as well.
Can we
The
see
reason
how
I've got such a steady hand is because I'm used to holding a knife and a
What's the best
gun.
way to demonstrate?
Kill the lights.
Okay, Clive, can we knock the lights down now?
Ooh, spooky.
See you quite clearly now.
Or is it more spooky?
That thing on your toes,
Quite
actually.
fast.
News just in: Predator unleashed in the UK.
What I say.
Fucking Predator arrives in a fucking housing estate.
Somebody was getting fried.
Who are you trying to capture, Mr. Predator? The biggest drug dealer in town.
For us, doesn't it? That nothing can.
He's after Craig Charles with a vengeance.
Absolutely. Right, let's have the lights back up
He's
again.
after Boris Johnson because he owns him a debt.
Okay, now we've got our vision back. I think it's time to make sound. Man of sound mind here, Mike Ayton. Not only can this gentleman hear an ant scratching its back legs at 50 yards, he is also the unofficial chairman of the Adrian Edmondson Lookalike Society.
Right on.
So if you're not scared of ghosts, you're scared of
I
ants.
swear I've seen him in a movie or a documentary where it's based in an insane asylum.
How about you, Chris?
Maybe you've actually seen him in an insane asylum, dude. Maybe he is actually got fucked in the head.
Maybe I am one off getting my 10 token pass.
I have to go first.
My mic was flipped up. I was trying to say hello.
Hello. There we are. Hi, Pam. Now, oh look, here we are. This is the burger alarm that Alan Demescu was talking about. Can we make ourselves at home?
Oregon or Oregon?
Can I join you?
Can we make ourselves at home? Yeah, sure. Take your trousers off over there. Dressing gowns over there.
Down there for the night. I wonder if they remain as jolly as that all evening. We shall find find out. Dr. Pascal, let me ask you, why did you choose that particular house?
Well, it was a decision we made over many weeks, really. What happened is that we ran a computer program of all the haunted locations in the UK, and then we did a census of all the various investigators, and they were all unanimous that Foxhill had more terrible phenomena on record than...
The other one I really like is Death Road to Canada.
Look, the evidence of that, of course, later on in the program. What's the chance, do you think, of us seeing anything tonight?
I don't honestly know. Sometimes we saw nothing for weeks, and then other times things were coming through thick and fast. I mean, so much so that we had difficulty logging it all. I mean, some nights it was like being in a circus or a war zone.
A war zone? What about Halloween? Will that make any difference, do you think?
Yeah, I think it will. Certainly there are more reports on Halloween than almost any other night of the year, but maybe that's because people expect to see things. I'm taking out no bets. I'm hopeful, though.
All right. Yes, we're all hopeful. Let's take a phone call. Well, Max Smith, what do you got for us?
This is Emma Stapleton. She's from Slough.
Thank you. Emma, hello.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
I did have a story, but there's actually something else I'd like to say to Dr. Pascoe.
Go on.
I think it's a bit foolish.
Oh, don't worry about that, Emma. Never worries me.
Well, you know at the beginning, when
Behind you, just change.
real footage of that haunted bedroom, well, I know it was dark, but I was sure I could see a figure standing behind, against the wall, just by the curtain. Very, very vague, but definitely a figure.
As this is going on, guys, just keep an eye on stuff in the background, because there is shit going on in the background, and if you're quick enough, you can catch it.
Examine that particular piece of film many times, and so
I'll tell you what to do, Emma. If you can actually spot up the specific point on that you saw this figure, and tell one of our operators, we'll actually spool it back to the point where you tell us, and then I'll get Dr. Pascoe here to have a good look at it, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for calling.
Before you go, Emma, could you give a full description of what you thought you saw to somebody manning the phones, please? Can you do that?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, Emma, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I'll tell you what we'll do. While we search for this piece of tape, let's find out what Sarah...
Sarah, did you hear that? Somebody thinks they've seen a presence in the house.
Dave!
You've not noticed anything this evening, have you?
No, nothing to report from here yet, except how absolutely useless I am at apple bobbing. Come on, girls. Yes, you've done it. I can see it.
I don't apple bob either. I'm useless as well.
Hear that?
My teeth do not like it.
Can you hear this? Are you hearing?
You can give me apple slices and I'll bob for those.
I got it. Where's the mic? Well, I had a fight with your husband that I could get a 4-letter word like on television. And I nearly did as well. It was Beast. B-E-A-S-T. Beast. You're a class act.
Such a cheap shot, I have to say. I mean, you know, I can take a joke with the best of them, but we're all...
Well, look, I'm sorry if I'm being insensitive, but it is my Come on, be insensitive. Yeah,
Oh, pleasure.
they were in on it. Give me that.
You were?
Ethel, do you need a timestamp?
Yeah, where are you guys at?
Give me 1 second.
You're in on this. I think you're in the
15 minutes, 36 seconds.
situation.
15, 40.
That created a happening in the house.
15,
Wow, ghost
45.
We aren't, I promise you.
All right. Well, let's go back to Sarah now.
15, 50.
Cheesy jump scare.
Real story of strange happenings at Foxhill Drive. And by the way, have you got over your shock yet?
Yes, I have recovered now.
16
I've
minutes
gotten
now.
over my shock.
What's been happening?
I got over my shock.
Violence at
Really?
some
Oh,
point.
It wasn't that shocking, huh?
State,
Got over it so quick.
but there are some
Wait, is
days
this only
that
20 minutes?
Police walkers would rather be out on the street than right here within their own four walls.
No, it's an hour and 30.
Okay, I'm not finding it.
It all began in here on December 28th, 1991. Who was the first person to experience something?
It's called
Send it.
Ghostwatch, right?
I'm going to send it to you again via Twitter Messenger.
Oh, did you already send it to me?
Oh, yes, I'm sending it again.
in bed.
Oh, there we go.
Check my thing.
By the bed, looking at me. At least I thought it was her. And then she just turned and went.
The thing is, I didn't tuck them in that night. I always do. But that night, I fell asleep in front of the television. I told her she must have been dreaming. Then a few days later, it was my room. Should we go and have a look? A few days later, these terrible noises woke me coming from the walls, like a thudding.
All around you?
Yes, like the whole room was going to come apart.
Did anybody else hear it?
Yes, Suzanne Kim heard it.
Kimmy?
Oh,
You heard it too?
no.
What sort of a noise was it?
Do you want to let Spoof in? Because I should probably go do other things. I want to watch this, but I I got a list of things I need to get done, and I'm like,
No, but work away, Queenie. I appreciate you stopping in. Thanks a million.
No
if
problem.
If you need to go
I
and
wish I
do
could watch
stuff,
the
go
whole
and do stuff.
Yeah, I should be responsible, right?
It's all right. I appreciate you turning up. I'm 100% sure Trash appreciates you turning up.
I really do. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah,
Spoof,
so
take
don't
over.
panic, and we'll catch you later.
Yep, I'll see you later tonight. Bye.
Bye.
Adios.
Does he live there?
Yeah, I don't know about that site you sent me to, Deacon. I don't trust it. I've never heard of it before.
It's really good. You don't need to worry about logging in or anything. It's just play.
I'm more worried about viruses and getting hacked and stuff. So
I've already done sweeps of that. There's no issue.
I was there.
What happened after you saw him? Have you kept it?
Yeah.
Can we have a look?
Hey, Spoof.
Hey, happy Halloween, everybody.
Hello.
Is that exactly how he looked when you saw him?
Yeah, he was disgusting.
Sheldon, are you still there, dude?
Yeah, I'm still here. Something's wrong with my camera.
Okay.
I'm trying to fix that.
Tell you what, why don't we put it up somewhere?
There's
I'm
loads
just
of
getting
gremlins.
outside, waiting for
There's loads
trick or treaters and wanted to say hi to everybody.
In the UK, they've banned trick or treaters for this year.
Same here in Ireland.
Evil.
I haven't heard a single trick or treater all night.
It's early for you guys, though, right?
Well, it's already
6:30.
7:40, so there's like maybe 2 hours of realistic trick or treating left. So yeah.
Yeah, most pack up at about 7, 8 o'clock when it comes to trick or treaters. It's a bit of a shame.
Not for me. Most of the fucking brats around here don't deserve candy.
Well, we decided to go the little extra mile. Oh, I like that clown spoof. But we decided to go the extra mile and individually pack it 3 sweets in little individual wrapped baggies. So if we had trick-or-treaters come round, we just left them in the garden so they could take them. So many clowns! Not only in the chat and on the stream, but also in your living room.
What's that? No, that one doesn't do anything. All right, everybody. I just wanted to say hi and wish you a happy Halloween. Enjoy your movie.
Thanks
We
for this,
will.
Spoof.
Yeah. Happy Halloween.
Thank you for dropping in and saying Halloween in person. I hope that you have a good evening and November 1st, the Day of the Dead, treats you well.
Thank you. And Ethel, your witch costume is amazing. You look awesome.
Oh, thank you. I did the last minute.
Yeah, mine's kind of last minute as well. That's why I just put a mask on. All right, have a good day, everybody. Bye.
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 It's always nice when we have monsters and fiends coming in and out. You run a very interesting stream, Trash. It's always entertaining.
Not really. I tell you what we'll do. We've got a piece of Adam. We've got that piece of sophisticated technology in here. You can actually use a light pencil on the screen there just to identify exactly the area that you're talking about. In fact, yes, that's right. Just draw on it as you would a normal pencil.
Face maybe.
I wonder if it's that thing, where you put your desk down the back of the bedroom door in a certain light. You look at it in the middle of the night. It looks like a formal face. I mean, it's easily done, isn't it?
Yes, it's also called susceptible perception because you can
Such that the
put
first
an image into someone's head or an idea, and when they see something, they will automatically see it. A bit like, I can see Jesus in this toast.
Sorry.
Oh, now so can I.
I tell you what we'll do. Let's go back over to Fox and learn about the children. And take it on the children's mother, Pamela.
Pam, I know this has all been but what's been the worst moment so far?
Oh, they got these crisps back in for Halloween. I don't know if you can see them.
My husband, my ex-husband, to develop his own
Oh, nom.
They're called Banshee Bones. But the weird thing about them is
not like this.
they actually look like dicks.
Why not?
They're bones, all right. They're boners. They look like little Mickeys. It's weird. They taste nice though.
Bench. Oh, off Apple.
Somebody's trying to push him at them outside.
After you, Apple.
You want me to throw you one?
I shoved. I tried to get out. And then I started to panic. It was like coughing. I couldn't breathe. I started screaming for Kimmy and Susie. And all they could hear was my banging. And all I could hear was Kimmy shouting, "It's Pipes, Mum. Pipes. Pipes is here." The girls got you out of here. The thing is,
Oh, so many kids who grew up in private schools that don't know who Pipes is.
I felt
Who is Pipes?
Pipes is a ghost that lived in the pipes and stuff like that would rattle the pipes going, so it became Pipes.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Deacon, was that urban legend perpetuated before or because of this?
It was perpetuated because of this.
That's something that can happen. You can get air into your plumbing, and it'll cause them to burp and rattle.
Yeah, but because back when British Gas installed everybody's central heating for the first time, when air got into there, instead of saying, oh, yes, it's air that's getting into there, it's our fault, we need to make sure that pressure is engaged, they turned around and said, it's all in your imagination. So they thought, oh, it must be ghosts.
I believe in the devil, says Speak.
Yeah.
Did you say that?
Unfortunately, the British people can be quite chirper, can be quite logical, but aren't always rational.
so I went to the local TV. Can we have a look at that, actually?
About anybody when they get spooked, I suppose.
Yes, but I told her it's a central heating. So ever since then, she calls the noises pipes.
So, Kim, actually, a little bit afraid.
Psychic units.
You think Mr. Pipes has come to hurt you?
I don't think Pipes wants to hurt you. He just wants to play his bag and just carry on. Bagpipes.
They're ready for you now in the studio. Yeah. Pamela's just going to make her way outside now to our mini studio. She'll be there waiting to take your calls. In the meantime, let's go back to our main studio.
And Sarah, thank you very much indeed. Dr. Pascal, what was your introduction to the early family?
I'm out of sync with you guys somehow.
We've just seen an extract from her. I hope to help if I could.
When you met Mrs. Early then, was she then at the end of her tether?
Yes, and I'd had some experience of a fairly
Hello, Trenchy.
So I knew what it could do to a family.
Do you need a link to the film?
They joined us now. Hello.
Sure.
Thanks for joining us. Yeah.
Do you want me to drop it in the chat, dude?
Campers into your home. That can't have been an abuse.
I'm sorry I'm late.
Set out with the judge.
No, that's all right, dude. Do not panic.
I'm an ordained. I'm a recently ordained priest, so I can forgive you, Trenchy. Don't worry about it.
And time is relative, dude, especially with time zones, man.
I was late too, Trenchy, so don't feel too bad. I had the technical difficulties.
Right, I have put a link in the chat, in the YouTube chat. I'm going to put one, and there's one in the private chat as well for you, Trenchy.
Okay. This is Sandra Hughes from Sussex.
Right, let's pick up the phones. Don't pass up. Sandra, hello.
Oh, hello. This is just that when I was a girl, I thought I'd been in a house quite.
Yes, I've watched Reanimator. It's great.
And to answer Jelly Duck's questions so far, this is a made-for-TV documentary that lasted an hour and a half, but is a mockumentary, as in it's completely made up. None of it's true. But the British people, when they watched this, because of some technical difficulties at the beginning of the show, most of them didn't get that message that it was fake.
Just a moment. One or two other things to talk about, first of all. Thanks a lot.
Between 30 and 36,000 calls of complaint of suicide and a soiled pair of trousers as a result of this show.
Look at your account.
35,907 complaints, 1 suicide, 6 crimes, 1 missing person, and 1 church that believed that it was the end times.
That's what we're seeing now.
Because a circle of hell was opening.
Sensory inputs are blocked off. Deprived, yes. And you just feed in the white sound, white noise through the headphones.
Now that's when we would.
God, you think back in the 90s, people, the general public,
Okay,
would be a
guys,
bit more intelligent.
there's a bit coming up. And just keep your eyes peeled for the background.
Okay, I'm on the bit where they've got the reel-to-reel.
Oh, I'm on the part where they've got the tanning goggles on and the earmuffs.
Things on this tape.
I'm on the reel-to-reel part.
At one point,
I think we're all a tiny bit out of sync.
Just keep an eye on the background when you're on the reel-to-reel segment.
Let's hear.
Oh, this is the reel-to-reel. I'll just move it ahead a couple of seconds. Oh, fine. Okay, so we just played it.
If you can grunt, can you speak?
We've got Jelly Duck 100 saying, this is way better than Paranormal Activity. And we've got Arthur Brimmer saying, this show started some serious shit.
Okay, behind your one. Keep an eye behind your one.
Yep.
Are you in heaven?
Let me know if you catch it.
I see it.
Me be standing there going, ugh.
What's with the teacups?
What, the teacups? Old British pastime on any TV show during the 90s, you had to have teacups.
Compared it to Suzanne's normal speech pattern, and they defined it as the voices of 2 separate people. And
Broken clay.
Suzanne she could imitate the voice recording, and she was able to do it more than a few seconds.
Well, let's trying it there. You can't do it.
Even under hypnosis, we tried that.
Brilliant. Same result. What other do we have?
Is anyone finding it like super quaint or super kind of Like, I enjoy it. I'm just wondering, are there people, any of you guys watching it, wondering what the fuck, why I was kind of going apeshit over it?
What about this here, though?
Oh no!
This is my favorite.
Like
No,
I told you, I've seen it already, so I knew. And
you know what's coming, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm a little dubious about the painting of the ghost in the background.
This is an extraordinary assembly of.
Like it's literally a white sheet with holes cut out.
Now, how
Yeah.
breakages occur? Were they dropped?
Well, the army did some analysis. And they
Okay, I thought it was cool. I don't know. Maybe I'm just.
Really?
Oh, don't worry. Ethel's about 2 minutes ahead of us, so don't worry, because she's already gone past the teacups and bent spoons and everything.
I'll pause it. The bent spoons kind of give it away as a gag.
Yeah. The only thing that I can say about when he's holding the cutlery, don't you think that when he picks up one of those ceramic things, it looks like he's holding a ceramic dildo?
in the room. So you did.
Yeah.
And you saw this happen?
Yeah, many times. Many times.
Extraordinary. Let's now look at another piece of evidence.
It's an adult ghost.
The situation where.
Right, yeah, we're now at the bit in the painting in the background with the ghost with the eyes out.
Yeah, you guys see that?
About that.
Yeah, yeah, it's just a bit cheesy. Cheesy. It makes you
that-
think that all ghosts died, or people who died from making their bed.
Suzanne, when do you first get these?
Actually, the ghost with the sheet over its head and the eyes cut out comes out from the burial shroud they used to put over dead bodies. They used to traditionally put a white veil, a big long sheet over the bodies, and that's where that stems from.
Yeah.
Face of that.
See, this is why I like Ethel. Ethel knows her shit.
Alan and I watched them appear on the poster literally in front of our eyes.
Only some of it.
No, but still, you can keep up with my weird imagination. So
You've seen the
good on ya.
So far. How about your theory? From what we've seen, do you think that the poltergeist activity, such as it is now centered
The only
on?
person I've seen in the group that can keep up with my twisted imagination and even pair it is our dear friend Trashed.
Poltergeist focus. Broken family background. She's introverted. She tends maybe to direct her stress and anxiety inwards until it has nowhere to go. And then,
I see. But I think we've still got Mrs. Ernie there in our outside broadcast studio. She is yes. Anyway, so quite a few heard that Pascal was saying. When she said that Suzanne was the classic typical poltergeist, but she was the person all this energy was focusing on. What do you think about that?
well,
Pardon me.
how does that explain the other things? Other people? It doesn't. It can't.
So you disagree with Dr. Pascal's theory that Suzanne's psychological problem are the cause?
Benji, are you still there if you died?
What you're saying?
I think he died.
These people, I know that there's something there. I'm just trying to
No,
understand.
Turkey can't die. They will go our female demographic if he does.
I mean, who knows?
No, we'll get even more female demographic because they can all ride the stiff.
There's nothing there at all.
Well, a lot of people would have it at one time.
All right. In order to prove the accusations of the crime, remember SciComm for the scientific investigation of the paranormal. Here we go. Good evening, Dr. Silvestri. Good evening. There's the evidence in this case.
Evil American skeptic.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious.
No, this tree.
Could be faked, and the bedroom footage is totally in. It could all be done with wires for all we know.
And the lesions on Suzanne's face.
Scratched by her fingernails.
Speaking of that, Neelix.
I'd love to. Same as I'd love to believe I'm going to heaven, but doesn't make it a scientific fact.
Yeah, but if people do believe in something, surely you shouldn't discount it. I mean, it's all part of an experience, and that's what we're studying.
Fine, but is it measurable? Is it provable? No. Years, parapsychologists have been trying to prove their loony theories in laboratory conditions, and they can't.
Yeah, that's right. We can't. That's where we went wrong. There are some things you can't demonstrate in a lab. Show me falling in love in a lab. Show me poetic inspiration in a lab. You can't get out of the lab and into real life. And that's what we're trying to do tonight.
Yeah, all you got in the lab is that game with the cards and the shapes.
They're in trauma, for God's sake. Why would they do it to themselves? The early family are suffering just like people who've had murder bereavements or plane crashes. The only difference is nobody says that they don't believe in plane crashes.
Most of us don't believe that people come back from them.
See, that's it. What you always forget in here is that you have a belief system too. Your belief system is blanket denial. You joke about it because you're afraid to face it.
That old chestnut. Look, Lynn, you ought to be.
Sorry, dude. Look, we needed a cuddle.
Palm reading. Counselor, a confident, a guide, maybe, but scientist, I don't think.
Dr. Sylvester, thank you very much indeed. I hope you'll stay with us in our studio in New York. Keep an eye on what's happening here from time to time. Give us a couple of proceedings. Thanks. Well, they are. What do you
So is
think
that supposed to be a horseshoe or what?
They're just a sign of the time.
In what way?
That broke.
They're the last of the materialists, like the last of the dinosaurs.
Because I had to restart my window. What time code do people have?
Right, thing we'll do now. Let's go straight over to Sarah in Fox Hill Drive. Sarah, what's happening there?
Quite quiet, actually. A bit quiet.
It is
Say, earlier on,
38:26.
turned off
38:26. 38:42.
Well, in the moment we've got here now, Sarah, perhaps you can tell us about this earlier on.
Oh, well, sure.
Oh, I'm finally synced up. Oh,
Yay! See?
Great.
We can sort it out.
Beautiful 15th, 16th century house. And one night, I was woken up by the sound of harpsichord music, like chamber music. But you know when a noise comes into your dream, and you're not quite sure it's in a dream, or
Because of the special sales of Ghostwatch t-shirts were through the roof.
woke me up nonetheless. And when I tried to get back to sleep again, I could still hear it. But all I could see was this Indian woman's face. And she had her hair and tightly back, and coal around her eyes. And I went side to side. You know,
I'm at the bit where they're going through the house, going, ooh, with the little girl.
rolled right back until they were white, and then the face went. Next morning, wait to tell everybody about this. And
Trenchy, I think your microphone might be acting up.
Yeah.
Oh. In India, and he had 2 Indian concubines living in the house.
There we go, that sorted it.
And when they died, he
Sorry you had to mute yourself.
consecrated ground. He wasn't allowed to, so he buried them out in his garden. And there had been talk.
Take your shoes. They haunt everyone, but at least it's not me tonight. I ate all the gremlins.
They mustn't do it. And so,
What do you think, Deacon, so far? Do you think it still holds up?
they wouldn't dream of it.
I think it still holds up, and if they remade this with modern technology, it would definitely do a lot better than Paranormal Activity.
Yeah.
I would second that. I like what the concept that he had for Paranormal Activity. I really did. But if they remade this movie with today's technology, I think people would be going Paranormal what?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
We can kind of hear you, but there's a lot of crackling.
Yeah, there's a rake of kind of interference.
It's as if you're It's as if you're sitting too close to a speaker magnet.
You look up to that camera there.
You sound like you're on vinyl, Trenchy.
Night, Mum. Night, love. Sweet dreams. Night, Kenny.
Oh, Trenchy's not watching the movie. He guys did the remakes of that shit.
You really think there's nothing to be scared of?
You know, you're showing
no more scary than the one.
Well, so far in the chat, we have
That light on? Yeah, all right. And
Alpha or Art turning around and saying, 6 out of 10, Deacon, you can do better. We also have Jelly Duck saying, I'm about to go still watching some horror movie. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you, Jelly.
Thank you for turning up, Jelly Duck. There's so many apples hanging in the kitchen. So many.
Do you guys do apple bobbing in the States?
Okay, what about you, Chris?
Do you do the thing where like you get a basin of flour and you wet your face and you have to get like coins out of the flour?
No.
No, I haven't done that one. Usually,
you don't do it in the UK?
We don't do it in the UK, but I have done cheese rolling.
Okay. What we do is we'd get like a big basin and put flour in it and then cover our face in water or oil, and you'd have like 20p coins or 50p coins, and you try and like get the coin with your soaked kind of face and the flour that mix like paste, and you try and use that to pick up the coins in the basin.
Over here. Now just put the kettle on.
Never heard of that.
See, it's just kind of weird because that sounds like an Irish tradition, and I'd like to know when it was spawned. Was it spawned before or after some great circumstance that you and I are both aware of trashed? Because the English were dicks.
Maybe. I must do some research. I'll do a bit of research and I'll see where I can find it.
Yeah, because if it was before, then wow. If it was after, then it's a celebration.
We had this dreadful day, that first evening, with duvets being put on, etc., being quite amusing, laughing about it.
Oh, I'm back at the bit with Craig Charles.
They certainly was. One of the first incidents.
Oh, the pixelated face. This is like an episode of Cops now.
I find it strange that he's wearing on his shirt "Go," considering at that time and for a few years afterwards he was on coke every day.
Found again what looked like saliva on the front doorstep. I lost my temper with it for the first time. I said it.
I mean, his nickname for a while was Craig Charlie Charles.
And immediately, again, spit, what looked like spit, did on my shoes, as if in retaliation. And either shortly before or shortly after this, this really was disgusting. We found excrement smeared on a cupboard door in the bathroom. We had already, in fact, found such things in various parts of the flat.
From the UK.
You can't get anything smeared like that on the door, so it had to be cleared. It was really horrible.
The flower game. It's called the flower game. It's from the UK.
I've never played it.
Not quite sure. Let's join Craig Charles.
Sounds so weird.
That's scary, isn't it? No, this is not a mask. This is Craig Charles.
It's like abandon your own traditions, but the Irish kept it going.
The ghost is going to arrive. Welcome.
If the Irish kept it going, then it would have been after a certain period in time where they had,
Upset about some.
grantedly, a lot more affluence due to the yoke of imperialism being removed.
I tell you what, Michael, I hate.
I.e., we had money to fucking mess around with and put into a fucking basin of flour.
Yeah, instead of it just being used for potato cakes.
Waste ground here, I think.
It's really cool because we owe so much to Ireland in the way we celebrate Halloween. Because the whole jack-o'-lantern thing, that's great from Ireland.
Yeah, and it started off with bulbs and turnips.
We had all these bangings, so we went to the front
Can you
door.
imagine trying to carve a fucking turnip?
What did you see? Well, the top
Can you
window.
imagine trying to hollow out a turnip?
So
fuck that.
That'd be a task and a half.
Was whenever they need to, basically.
It will be a turn up for the books.
And England's answer to Antidote.
Oh Jesus! Okay, it's late enough. I'll let you off. You can start the bad puns now.
Listen, Judy Wayland. It was all the people.
What happened to her?
thought he was. I mean, she just disappeared. And then, well, I know you're always thinking that people were knifed and all that sort of thing, but somebody was knifed around here that was 5 years old.
5 years old. Okay, can you tell me a little bit about this playground?
Yeah, shall I go in?
Yeah, come on.
Well, it was this summer. My youngest son, Gary, came running into the house in a real state. So when I calmed him down, it seemed that they'd been playing in here and they'd found this dead black Labrador.
Where did they find it?
Well, it was about here.
And how had it died?
Well, it'd been cut out like something in a butcher's shop. Can you imagine a kind of person that would do something like that?
Oh, poor doggo.
There were fetuses scattered all over.
Kill teens and adults as much as you like, but don't kill dogs.
So as you can see, this is a pretty sinister place. Now I'm going to try and find the guy who tried unsuccessfully to exorcise Fox Hill Drive, Mr. Arthur Lacey. Arthur Lacey? Arthur Lacey. Come with me, Arthur. You got involved in...
Oh, Trenchy's gone.
I believe. Well, not exactly.
Yeah, I think he was having technical issues.
But
I'll let him in again. I wasn't going to clear him, and I didn't even have a problem with the fact his sound was gone wonky. I feel bad. He got kind of kicked.
Hill Drive. Well, it wasn't.
Well, hopefully he'll return, and if not, then we can hope he turns up in the next one, or the one after that. Because Mark's Monsters comes up soon.
You know how they say that
in about an hour.
3 hours.
In about an hour.
Overwhelming sense.
No, 2 hours from now.
2 hours. Here, I have to actually thank the Beldam because, dude, you're my 350th subscriber.
Fucking hell, Beldam, congratulations.
Thank you, Beldam. I just noticed that now.
Anyone who buys a house finds themselves
You're welcome, Trash.
up those vibrations subconsciously. You see, I think that just as we are the
I don't know why I wasn't subscribed to you before, because I always talk to you in the chat.
Somehow inherit the genes too. Somehow
It happens. You can't be subscribed to absolutely everyone,
Katie.
because that'd be impossible.
He sounds a little bit like a Craig, I'm sorry to have to cut you off there. In fact, I've just heard that we've got to go back.
Yes, as you can hear from the announcers and the news broadcasters and the people talking, can you kind of tell where I learnt my accent?
Yeah, we've definitely got something here. Just look at this. Now, can you see this?
I certainly can, clearly.
Well, there's no way it could have got there. I thought maybe an old tomcat had got in.
You're right, Ethel, or panic.
Well,
oh, sorry. I was trying to adjust my screen for later. I know that's like really rude. No.
It's not.
We just wanted to make sure that you were okay, that you weren't having any problems or anything. We just wanted to make sure you were okay. That was it.
Oh, no. It's this TV. I have no clue how to work it because it's the one from the living room, which I barely use.
Learning new tech is always a pain in the butt.
Well, they don't have enough buttons and they don't label anything. So it's like I'm trying to adjust the picture so it's not so bright so later people can see the movie. I don't know.
Big treat down the stream. Ethel is putting on The Worst Witch. Is that right?
Ooh. Yeah, the 1986 Cheese Fest made-for-TV movie, The Worst Witch, starring Tim Curry, Diana Rigg, and Charlotte Rae.
If you want, I can try and find shareable links for people to watch it along, so you don't have to share it on the screen.
Well, I actually have links for it for YouTube, but I just thought it'd be nice to have a screen behind me, so it's like we're all watching this. I don't know. I'm just playing around with ideas.
No, do you, Ethel? Because at the end of the day, I want to see how creative you can get. So please do what you need to do, because I'm looking forward to it.
I'm kind of thinking I should have got the bigger, better television from upstairs, but that's like my TV, and I didn't want to mess with that. It's my personal one.
Yeah, don't rearrange your house for a stream. Just
Mark, John wants to know why you're not wearing a costume. Mark. He wants to know why aren't you wearing a mask or anything.
News just in. John Steele asks, where's Mark's costume? Mark responds, the dog's not sitting on my lap today.
He got a bit of dog hair in his face. Hey, Belden, are you still with us, studio? I hope you're okay.
And we have a Zachary Heath in the chat going, Ghostwatch is awesome.
I was checking to see if the pizza came yet.
We've had a look at what's been happening there.
Oh, what kind of pizza did you order?
What you make?
Huh?
What kind of pizza?
I don't know. My mom ordered pizza and spaghetti for dinner, so when it comes, I have to come in and go eat. So I might be
surprise pizza
That's
party.
okay, dude. It's important.
Something starting to
stay energized.
It's spaghetti pizza.
No doubt. Things have been happening in our phone rooms.
Pizza.
Kevin from Neath.
I love having a hat so I can do this. Like,
yeah, hello.
Yeah. Howdy.
Story for us?
Howdy.
Yes, I can hear you fine.
Yeah,
You do look like you belong.
you ain't gonna believe this. I'm
You
telling
do look like a creature that belongs in the Wild West.
The mates were around to watch the videos, and we put on the program.
You take that back! You take that back, you fucking cur!
Of course I won't, because you can't get me, because I live in Dimension Z. Bye-bye.
None of us nowhere near it or nothing, mind. It just leapt off with the mind of its bloody own, it did.
Kevin,
There it is.
how close were you to the plane?
Miles away. My mates, they went white, they went.
Quentin Cooper!
Yes. All right, Kevin. I think we've had the back. I think I got the
Cooper from Wales.
I suppose in fact we're the better, right? It's Halloween, right? So food time and all that.
And we're talking about Wales the place, not Wales Jonah.
But really serious calls, please. The lines are still open, and we've got time for just one other call. I think.
Belgium, are you Jason if you went Super Saiyan?
Straight back to Drive, where
Are you Jason if he went Super Saiyan because of the mask? Because of the gold mask?
Oh, he's from Jason X, who got the expert, give me the gold-plated look.
He's the gilded.
Equals reached 9,000!
What does the scatter say? I shot him 6 times.
And here we have on July, the 6th day of the 6th month of the calendar, because he shot him 6 times. And here we have Jason in his gold-plated mask in a Speedo doing his usual pose. Welcome again to Sexy Men of Horror.
Come on.
I just want to say a big thanks to everyone who's tuned in and is watching this. I know it's probably not action, nerve-wracking action a minute, but I enjoy it, and I think it was pretty kind of groundbreaking for the time, and a cat scare.
I agree.
Once again, if they remade this with modern technology, this would beat Paranormal Activity to death.
Yes.
Go back upstairs and
I would have apples in my kitchen.
Yeah, and I would definitely watch that.
Ethel, has Chumpkins ever jumped out of a fucking nuke or cranny and scared the shit out of you?
All the time. He loves to do that.
Stay away off these.
Just to watch behind me. Yeah, right behind me. Trick me.
I think if there was an almighty, he created God. He created cats to like catch mice and be a horror trope. It's a cat.
They're makers.
Suzanne must still be in the bedroom.
I think you might want to repeat that because your microphone cut in a little bit before you got to the end part.
I was just saying they're mischief makers. You know,
There we
they're
go.
nature's pranksters.
There we go. Awesome.
So yeah, here's the red herring kind of situation.
It was the kids the whole time.
The whole time, it was the children. They're the true horrors.
You know, it's all fun and games until you get sucked into the closet.
Yeah, then unfortunately you either end up in Narnia or in the world of the dead, and either option isn't that good.
Yeah, evil spirits, or you've a lion making religious sexual advances towards you. Take your fucking pick. Sorry, Ethel.
I was just gonna say, at least Mr. Tumnus hooks you up with some nice tea.
Ethel, Trenchy wants to know what's playing behind you.
Oh, Heartstoppers, horror at the movies.
Finally, I found them.
Was there. I've seen them. I've seen inexplicable things. 100%, no question.
And this?
All right, guys, I'm gonna go eat now, so I'm gonna be off for a while.
Let's not get sidetracked.
Not a problem,
Thanks a
dude.
million for joining us, dude. I really do appreciate it. And thanks for being my 350th sub. You kick ass. Thank you, sir. Good night.
And I will see you on your channel. Bye.
Adios.
See, you got a sacrificial dagger there.
What? This thing? No, it's a butter knife.
It's for spreading butter. It's for putting butter in toast.
Isn't it a bit sharp and long to be putting butter on toast?
Speaking of butter knives, I had the funniest fucking conversation with someone who claimed they were a Stephen King fan.
Oh god, I hate those.
Oh no, you'll laugh at this one.
Oh no, I hate people who claim they're Stephen King fans, and you can prove them wrong.
Oh, I did.
Go ahead. Oh, please enlighten us.
This person had the nerve to ask me who would win a fight between Pennywise and Duncan MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod. I was like, it's not even a contest. Pennywise would destroy him.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Technically, modern weapons don't harm Pennywise. You can't. There wouldn't be anything Duncan could do to hurt him.
There wouldn't be anything Pennywise to do to hurt Duncan. I mean, unless he tries to decapitate him, and you know, good luck. 5 seasons and 3 movies, no one got him.
Unfortunately, thinking about it, it would be a draw. The only way Pennywise would be able to get the advantage is if he played on the old fears that were around during Braveheart's time.
Yeah, he'd have to take the form of some deity or demon from Scottish folklore, from kind of medieval Scottish folklore, in order to get under his skin.
Well, Duncan's taken on that kind of situation before, actually. You know, mortals with weird powers.
Pennywise can bring Duncan down to his knees with one move. Wouldn't have to kill him, but he could mind fuck Duncan until Duncan went insane. All he would have to do is just torment Duncan and make him relive Tessa's death over and over and over.
Duncan MacLeod, Trenchy. They're talking about who'd win the fight between Pennywise and Duncan MacLeod.
If you need a bit of more reference, Trenchy, because I know that movie didn't translate well overseas, Braveheart, the guy in Mel Gibson in Braveheart, vs Pennywise the Clown in the remake. Not the original, the remake.
Wait, hold on a minute, Deacon. Wait. Duncan MacLeod from Highlander. You're thinking of
William Wallace.
Oh, William Wallace. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're confused, Deacon. That's Duncan MacLeod, Highlander. You know
I'm always.
There can be only one. Sorry.
I'm always confused when it comes to human stuff. It's kind of like, okay, I got the knowledge of the monsters, just don't give me the knowledge of the humans. Yeah.
Well, it's okay. It's science fiction, so I mean, it doesn't count. So give you a mulligan on that one.
I get a free pass. I am happy. Happy.
Ethel, Highlander wasn't a fucking biopic.
Technically, it is a biopic because no matter how many times people wish it, Mel Gibson just won't fucking die.
No, Highlander, not Braveheart. I know Braveheart's fictional, but Highlander, that's factual, right? You know, like Christopher Lambert did, like, you know, kill the Nazis because he could. Never mind. That joke died. That joke ran out of gas, like a car that just was a meter away from the petrol station.
It happens in the dimension to the left, but unfortunately no dimensions to the right, and all you got to do is turn around, shake your hips, and you're in the time warp.
Hey, him and Sean Connery took down that stupid shield thing in the future and saved us all.
Yes, I still think it's funny. Sean Connery used his head to stop the blades of the propeller. You could have done 1,000,001 other things to stop the propellers in that machine.
You know, he's using his head, using his brains.
Sean, when we said use your head, that's not what we meant.
It's kind of tragic.
I think.
What a great album that was, by the way.
I think you would have to say that Pennywise versus Duncan MacLeod. You know, if you go through as long as Duncan's been alive, Duncan has seen it all. So, yeah, Pennywise is not going to have anything that, you know, he can feed off of, which is his whole power. But on the other hand, Duncan cannot kill Pennywise because Pennywise is forever, like he says.
He can only be killed by absence of fear and then being pierced. If you follow the movie, in the book, he can only be slowed or halted for a while.
Yeah.
Right. So isn't it conceivable that, like, after a couple fights, like, he might figure out that it's fear and you know, just pull a Nancy and not be afraid?
Maybe.
It's conceivable, but you can't just automatically say, "Oh, Duncan MacLeod wins hands down."
I just say that I'm incredibly biased. So yeah.
I would say
the flip side is, though, kind of backing Mark up. Pennywise is some kind of creature of kind of a cosmic entity. He is something Lovecraftian.
Yeah, he is.
He's like older than fucking time. I mean, the only thing that stopped him was a fucking mystical turtle that vomited up the fucking cosmos. So.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I love Highlander. When it comes to Highlander, I'll sit there and watch any season of Highlander you want me to. But, and I'm not going by Pennywise as he was depicted in the movies.
If you go by the books,
I'm
going by movie rules. I was just going by movie rules.
In that case, to put it into context, because of book rules versus movie rules, in the movie, once you kill Pennywise, he's dead. He never comes back. That's it. Fear drain the exuberance of hope and lack of fear weakens him, so you can stabby. Whereas in the books, yeah, that does kind of work to the point where you can weaken him and then beat him to death, but he won't die. He'll regenerate in the next 30-year cycle. He'll just come back, just a little bit weaker and a lot more hungry.
Yeah.
So if you were to...
Even the power of an underage ganban can't fucking stop him.
Yeah, so if you were to have Highlander and it clash, you would end up with the immortal guarding the immortal fountain. A forever clash that would happen every 30 years because MacLeod can't kill him and it can't be killed.
You know what? The more I think about this, the more it's the crossover I never knew I wanted but really need.
Yes. Basically, Duncan MacLeod would become the guardian of the well of it.
Just think of all the cool fights. Oh my god, it would be great.
Yeah, and it would have to take, and Pennywise, because he has no real physical form, would have to go to great lengths to figure out how to kill him in each 30-year cycle. He would probably come to decapitation last because that's too quick. He wants him to feel fear. Cutting his head off means he feels nothing.
Guys, the movie's going to be made, and we'll all get NDAs in the fucking post. It's like
it has to be done. I'm sorry, that crossover now has to be done. Ethel is right. That would be one thing to fucking see.
You couldn't beat it. You couldn't beat that.
No, you can't. The closest thing you could liken it to would be Jeepers Creepers Part 2, where the dad on the farm keeps the creeper
Farmer Taggart having the creeper pinned to the wall, and he's just there with the harpoon waiting for the cunt to wake up, like, you know.
Yeah, you would have Duncan MacLeod spending the rest of eternity, waiting for Pennywise to regenerate.
Okay, I just want to add one thing for people in the chat and anyone who watches this in the future. This is my own personal point of view, but if you are going to watch Jeepers Creepers, please watch it on a pirate site. Do not pay for that movie.
I'm with the sexy fucker with the glasses. That guy, Victor Salva, is an absolute whopping piece of shit.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna.
If you wish to know why we say do not pay for that movie, my DMs on Twitter are open. You can message me and I will tell you why, but we won't go into it in this stream.
This is a jovial stream. I want to try and keep things fairly light and fairly fucking happy, rather brimming up that fucking sack of shit.
So let's move on to something different, such as, my God, doesn't her hair look like she's had an electric shock after she's just gotten out of the bath?
Yeah, definitely.
They didn't have a lot of money for makeup.
Yeah.
Oh, unfortunately, when it comes to the BBC back in the 80s and 90s, they believed that any news broadcaster on any platform should not wear makeup. They need to appear natural.
Yeah. So they could be taken seriously.
No, I just mean the scratch makeup on the girl.
Oh yeah, that was quite good. That was well done.
Oh,
Ethel, what do you think of it so far? Do you think I was kind of I overhyped it?
Oh no, it's just I probably would have benefited from seeing it earlier at the beginning of the episode instead of skipping ahead. But I just, hey, you know what? That's my bad. I was late.
It happens, Ethel, and we should have communicated the time code a bit quicker and easier for you because we know there is a tiny bit of lag.
Oh well, no, it's I was totally I just had a bunch of stuff come up and I'm like trying to make it for 7 o'clock and I had trouble.
Don't worry, we're all. If you need any help, please message me and I will do what I can.
No, it was technical stuff here that hung me up.
Oh, I know that feeling. I had to do 20 minutes of test with all this kit to make sure the headphones didn't interfere with anything.
This man fucking DJ'd the shit out of his first segment. I mean, there was some great fucking tunes. There was some Bannon tunes playing on his fucking channel.
Although I did realise afterwards that I need to mute my microphone when I do it, otherwise the music goes down. Or at least in volume.
Is this where they find out that the guy, it's a child molester, and the cat said his face?
Yep. And this is why they're panicking with the kids trying to get her out the house, because she's at risk.
Also, False Proxy said it sounds like a supernatural episode. Duncan versus Pennywise.
It definitely sounds like a supernatural episode. It has to be done.
I think I would call it more along the lines of the Twilight Zone.
Okay, guys, there's going to be a scene where the people kind of just fucking tear out of the room, and the cameraman like pans back towards the curtains. Keep an eye out for that as well, because it's pretty cool.
But I know this is probably going to sound bad, but I would really like to see, because I know we would never see the crossover that we really want to see of McCloud versus It. But how about we ask the Sci-Fi Channel if they make a cheap movie where it's an immortal versus an immortal being?
Did you catch that, Deacon?
I said, how about, because I know we're never going to see the crossover between McCloud
No.
and...
Did you catch the scene in the bedroom with the
Yeah,
cameraman?
I did. Yeah. Everything went skew whiffy, and it was like, oh, fuck!
Well, what would they get for the being, though? It'd have to be something like, because if it's a crossover, it has to be something people are already familiar with.
Galactus.
We have the Soulless Trenchcoats turning around and saying Sam and Dean could kill Pennywise. They've killed literal death and now fighting literal God. They're OP as hell. The problem is, unfortunately, although the brothers could kick major ass, they have a lot of hang-ups, a lot of phobias and fears that they keep locked up in their subconscious, and Pennywise would play with that.
Like the death of their mother and shit like that.
Or being in hell.
Yeah.
How many girlfriends has Dean lost?
Yeah, so unfortunately,
anything that Pennywise could exploit, he would.
Yeah.
Here's something. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Ethel. Please, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, here's something to consider. Pennywise is more like an alien than a supernatural being, right?
Technically, he's from a bubble universe where the natural laws of physics, reality, and dimensions do not apply.
Right. So all the stuff that Sam and Dean normally do, iron, salt, rock salt, the hoodoo, all that stuff they normally do would not work on Pennywise. So, they'd have to find a way to fight him.
That's true, because they believe in the scientific method. They try something, if it works, they keep using it. If it doesn't work, they trade to something else. But they'll always keep on trading between different ways to attack Pennywise instead of ways to pacify Pennywise.
Now, since he's not a supernatural being, that knife probably not going to work on him either, or the angel dagger.
Oh, they mentioned it in the series 6, 7, 9, and 12 with the daggers, that each dagger, although could kill practically anything, will not kill 5 types of beings. And we only know of 3.
So he could be the 4th or 5th being, as far as we know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say Pennywise is the end-all be-all, because he's not. But as far as, like, villains go that have been put in movies, he ranks pretty high up as one of the top tier villains that I've seen in horror movies.
The Soulless Trenchcoat has responded with, yeah, but they've been mentally fucked before Lucifer, the Mark of Cain. They always work their shit out, and there's a way to kill him. They will find it. Yeah, it's true that they will go out of their way to find a way to kill him, but how many times will they sit there and figure out? How many times will they have to go round by round with Pennywise?
Yeah,
to figure out that they have to calm down and relax.
Yeah, and how many chances do you think Pennywise is going to give them to figure out how to kill him?
Because in the books, not the movie, the more you fear Pennywise or the more fear you're exuding, the stronger he is and the more physical he is. So he could actually kill them physically.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to if Castiel is going to be a factor in this.
Is the season still going?
I'm sorry, what?
Is the season still going, or is it finished?
I think they just had their series finale, and it's all done.
Oh.
Because I think they're they're either on season 13 or 12 or something like that. I'm way behind on Supernatural.
Yeah, that show was canceled.
So I only know what I saw from a couple episodes.
I used to watch that show all the time, and every I think it was Thursday nights it was on, or maybe it was Friday. I never missed an episode, but it went on for too many seasons, and life got busy, and I never caught up.
I do like where they go to the Comic-Con and they meet the cosplayers of themselves. And like there's a German guy saying, "You guys really need bungee cords for your guns because they so easily lose their fucking guns." Yeah, we really should have bungee cords attached to our guns.
I like it when they pull up to the convention area and there's all those Impalas, identical Impalas, parked in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So, fun fact, they used a bunch of the duplicates that they have for that car in the show. They've got like 6 versions of it.
I wonder if the Impala kind of inspired from Phantasm with the Hemi-Cuda. You know the Hemi-Cuda that he drives? I'm wondering if on it like a bunch of monster hunters in a muscle car, or is it's just a fucking cool car.
I figured it was like a nod, even though it's not a Plymouth Fury. I thought it was a nod to Christine and horror history, because that's a muscle car, and that's sort of like it's a big ghost story basically. I always thought it was a nod to that.
Oh God!
Out of all the iconic cars I've seen in horror movies, the Lincoln from The Car is my favorite.
I like the truck.
Have you guys seen the car that ate Paris?
I feel like I've missed something while I went to go and hug my dog.
We're talking about cars from horror. Also, they're after sussing out that they're still trapped in the house because the picture is still hanging on the wall after it fell. So the ghost is obviously just replaying old footage. But yeah, no, there's a horror movie called The Ghost That Ate Paris. The Car That Ate Paris. If you get a chance, check it out. It's a fun movie. Has anyone seen it? Am I the only one who watched The Car That Ate Paris?
No, I've never heard of it.
It rings bell, but nothing's coming to the front of the brain, if you know what I mean.
Anyone in the chat? Has anyone seen The Car That Ate Paris?
Well, in the chat, speaking of that, we have the Soulless Trenchcoat fighting for the Winchesters going, yeah, but they've been mentally fucked before. We read that bit. Well, the thing is, they can't die either. They've died like 12 times. They come back. I've got to finish it its final season. Well, they also have Jack the Son of the Devil. The problem is, Trenchy, just a small problem, is they gotten rid of the devil. They've pissed off Crowley to the point where he's never going to do them deals again. There's no God. And the only angel they now have on their side is Castiel, who no longer has the power to resurrect them fully. So if they die now, they're dead.
Yeah. Plus, how, give them Pennywise feeds on fear, and with all the baggage that those two are carrying, Pennywise would be invincible.
And also coming from the chat, we have Art coming in at the last second going, never heard of it, Marty.
Peter Weir, the director of Dead Poets Society, directed it. It's a 1974 comedy horror about a car that literally goes around eating people in Paris.
Oh, and we can also see that Art really loves Trenchy, because Art has put into the chat, I'm with you on Supernatural, Trench. You just love the Bay of Baywatch, don't you? You want to see him in a Speedo and lotion himself up and go deep diving.
Yeah, pretty much. Just kidding, Art.
Deep diving where? We're not going to say.
But
it
would be interesting to see all these crossovers.
It would be. I wish Hollywood would just stop sitting there. Well, it's not even Hollywood. I wish hardcore fans would stop griping about keep it pure. No, don't cross over with this. Don't introduce that.
Any of you guys seen the Terminator Transformers comic that's been released by IDW? It's fucking brilliant.
No.
Skynet gets downloaded into a bunch of Decepticons. It's fucking insane.
That would be fucking brilliant.
It is brilliant. Seriously, it's really well written. So yeah, they're after sussing out that the ghost is fucking tricking them all using the TV screen.
They're here.
And unfortunately, it was at this point that a teenager in his 18s took his own life.
Yeah.
And pretty much in the part where Craig Charles climbs into the back of the police car is the part where the church called in.
Yeah, the church were saying that the show had opened up a dimension to hell.
And in the chat, we have the Tallest Trenchcoat saying, yeah, you're right, Pennywise probably got that, but I just see these two will literally fight God, so it's hard for me to believe Pennywise would be a challenge. And we have Art following up saying, I'm a Supernatural fan from way back, but yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing the Bay in a Speedo.
Who wouldn't? Who fucking wouldn't?
Blind people.
Yeah, but they'd be able to spell him. Yeah. They'd be able to smell that, like, you know, they'd be able to smell that bay musk.
Or Robin Hood Men in Tights, you've got 3D printed, you've got paper that's been put over a cast. So you've got actual braille feel.
As much as I like Supernatural, I don't see anything that the Winchesters bring to the table that's going to stop Pennywise.
Did you watch up to the recent season, Mark?
No, I stopped watching after like season 5.
Okay. The thing that the Winchesters have on their side that would help them with versus Pennywise is they managed to gain access to a library that's been around for thousands of years and kept up to date by the Men of Letters, which is a secret group, and it gives them all the information on every single demon, monster, apparition, or deity that has been seen in recorded history.
We even fought the Wicked Witch of the West once.
Yeah, so they've got the information, it's just they have to go through everything to get the information. So they would have to face Pennywise a couple of times in order to get an idea of what he was, in order to know where to research.
Give him a slingshot and a silver earring, problem solved. That's what Art says.
But this is coming from a mild completionist who has watched everything bar the last season, or, well, the most recent season of Supernatural.
Again, I'm not saying that Pennywise is the end all be all, because you want to get technical about it. The tall man would outclass Pennywise.
Yeah. If we're going to go interdimensional about it, then yeah, leveling out the monsters in ranking system gets complicated.
Yeah, I mean, it would be impossible for anybody to say, "Oh, well, this monster is the the end all be all of monsters," because technically, if a xenomorph could get close, he could kill Pennywise.
Yes and no. Pennywise has no real physical forms. A xenomorph would just be able to lash at him, but Pennywise will just regenerate later.
Also, xenomorphs. One advantage a xenomorph has is a scientist called by the name of Sardasa, who was an empath, actually managed to fucking he connected with a xenomorph. This is expanded universe stuff, but he was able to ascertain that xenomorphs do not fear death because they do not know it exists. Therefore, they do not fear anything. They only care about the well-being of the hive. There is no such thing to a xenomorph of fear or death or fucking anger. It's just they do what they do.
So they wouldn't even register Pennywise.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost him.
Belden is gone.
Oh
and
no!
that is Ghostwatch over. I think maybe some people kind of I get it might be of age for some people. I enjoyed it. I do thank people for tuning in and checking it out because it was
like
good back.
It was a total experience.
It was. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Again, I can see how people back in the day, kind of, hey, Belden. I can see how people back in the day would have been hoodwinked by it. So I'm going to be finishing up in like 10 minutes. Who's on then, Deacon?
On then, we have Horror Retrospective. I have put a link into the chat, and she starts in 10 minutes.
Oh,
Check
nice.
her out. Go to Cara. She kicks ass. What has she in the pipeline, or is she keeping it a secret?
On tonight's agenda on her channel, we have a game of Black Stories, which is where the audience and guests are given the scenario of a dead body, everything that goes with it, and it is up to us to figure out how they died.
And how long before the beautiful Ethel is on her channel? Do we get to see her work her magic? Literally.
The beautiful Ethel is on in 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Okay, cool. So she's on after Cara. Cool beans. So yeah, check out Cara's channel, Horror Retrospective, and then after that, check out Ethel. And then Queenie, I think, is on after that. To everyone in the chat, thanks a million for coming in, and I want to give a big thanks to Mark Sponsors and Mad Men, Ethel Cross, the always awesome Deacon, Soulless Trenchcoat, the Beldam, Horror Miser Monty G, and Queenie for popping in earlier on. And I hope you guys, if you're watching Ghostwatch, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I didn't blow it out of proportion and make you guys think it was going to be a fucking a trill a minute. But I think it holds up. And it certainly fucking shook up the United Kingdom back in 1992 when it came out.
Oh, it did. It did. It caused a lot of trouble.
And that's why it's never been shown on the Beeb ever since.
It's even been banned from BBC America.
Huh.
And it's on Shudder. It was on Shudder for a while, actually, though, which is interesting.
Ooh, trying to double check the times for people because I may have made a miscalculation.
Ethel, are you going to be flying solo tonight on your channel, or do you want some of us to pop on?
I'm thinking I might do 4 people at the most, just because I'm looking at the screen right now, and it looks like unless it's really bright or white in the footage, it looks like you can see rather well. If I've got just 4 people, so ideally I'd like to get 4.
Well, if you need a guest, please let me know, and I will turn up, Ethel, because I missed your stream last night because I passed out.
I figured you were probably sleeping. You had a lot to do today, so nobody blame you on that one.
Oh, yeah, dude. Also, anyone watching the stream, just to let you know, this whole kind of Halloween hootenanny, the fucker at the bottom corner here, we have to thank for it, because the guy has put his blood, sweat, tears, and fucking psyche into trying to orchestrate this, and he's done a pretty good job. I know it hasn't gone smoothly, but by Christ, he's done a fantastic job. Like,
I have Frankensteined it together. It is sellotape and medical staples, keeping it all together. But so far, the schedule is working. Everybody's having fun. And that's all I wanted. I wanted people to enjoy their Halloween, especially since they were locked inside.
yeah, people need this with everything going on. This is kind of a good thing too. Ethel, I will keep an eye on Kara's channel, and then so you should be starting up in.
I'm trying to find the schedule properly. Ah, there it is. I found it, so give me a sec. I will open it up and I'll be able to give people the full schedule from here on
Ethel,
in.
You're on a 10 your time. What time is it there now? Just for anyone who's in Ireland or Europe.
Right. Next we have Horror Retro. Then after that at 10 p.m. her time, 2 a.m. our time, we have 13 Productions, also known as the lovely Ethel. And then right after Ethel's hour segment, we have Mark's Monsters Watch Along.
And Mark, what are you going to be watching again?
Dark Night of the Scarecrow.
With Larry Drake.
Yes.
Remember to drop a link in the Friendly Fiends, and I'll send one to Ethel. So if she wants to join us, she can watch it as well.
I most certainly will.
Totally.
Yeah, it's all coming together. I may not be a mad scientist, but I try.
It's
to do as requested. If anybody confused about the time zones, right now it is 8:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So
that is perfect.
If you know what time it is where you're at, it's 8:55 where I'm at. So synchronized washes.
And we will see Ethel in her splendid glory. And we do have to say splendid glory because she is dressed as a sexy witch tonight.
Yep.
We will see her in 1 hour and 5 minutes.
So yeah, head to Kara's channel next, and then after, go to Ethel's channel. Guys, I'm going to leave it there to give these fantastic people some chance to get ready. And yeah, thanks a million. Have a good one. Bye now.
Bye.